Hey, it's Dead Guy Cardboard. I have some pickups I wanted to show that I've acquired the last month or so. This first one is a card I don't intend to keep. I normally don't show cards that I just have the intention of selling, but I don't know, it's a pretty cool card to show off. The 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron James rookie card. It's becoming a very iconic card. I had bid on this card in the golden auctions. I bid on a lot of cards down different auction houses, and just sort of like, bid the first day it's up, and put a pretty low bid in, and if I win, I win. Well, someone who won the card retracted their bid, and then the auction house reached out to me. I guess I was the second highest bidder. So I got this for a really great price. I would love to get this card someday in a PSA 10. This has quad 9.5s, but I think that some of the edges are not PSA 10 worthy. So I'll be selling this card. But man, this card has exploded in price. And the PSA 10, this card's like $2,400 for just the base Chrome rookie card. It's really interesting to compare this card with the Mike Trout, because the 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout in the PSA 10 is going for about $1,000 now, whereas this card is going for about $2,400. The PSA 10 pop on this card is I think 2,000 cards less than the Mike Trout Topps Update, so it's a rare card. And LeBron's also won a ton of titles, and he's been in his own league longer than Mike Trout. But it's kind of cool to compare the two key rookie cards of what could be two of the greatest players in their sport. And I think Gary V, the influencer and the guy from VaynerMedia, has really hyped this card a lot during the off season, so it's just skyrocketed in the last month. I think ever since he's posted about picking up a lot of these cards from the National. It just shows how much his influence has on card prices. I'm not saying he's the only reason why this card's exploded, but that's one of the reasons. And the basketball market is just crazy. There's just a lot of investors in basketball, and I think worldwide, more people are tuning into basketball than baseball. So, okay, but going to baseball, I've got some pretty cool pickups. This is, I guess, sort of an upgrade. I have an SGC 40 in this card, but I wanted to get a PSA version because I'm just trying to add cards to their 3,000 hit club registry. And this is a really nice example. I think there's a little wrinkle here, which I'm not a fan of wrinkles or creases, but it doesn't really take away from the eye appeal. Eddie Collins is this is his only card in the set, the T206 set, and I think it's pretty hard to find cards with great registration. I feel like the registration is always off on this card, and this one's pretty great. Definitely has some rounded corners, and maybe I'll upgrade it down the road, but happy with this pickup. This is the card I mentioned on the top 20 most undervalued cards. I have this card as number 1, and it's definitely increased in value since I posted that video, but so has every card. And then another upgrade. So I had picked up this gorgeous PSA 6 Reggie Jackson a couple months ago, but then I got this one at an auction house for a great price, and I just couldn't pass on it. So I'll be selling this card, even though the color is outstanding on this card, but the centering is a little bit better in the PSA 7. I'm all about centering. The centering's really great on this one, but a little bit off top to bottom. And these 69 Topps cards are just tough to find well centered. And the color's pretty good on this card too. The back's pretty bright. So very happy to pick this card up. I've always loved the look of this Reggie Jackson rookie card. Just a classic looking card. And then I picked up The 2019 Topps Fernando Tatis Jr. This is his flagship rookie and a PSA 10. A lot of people aren't fans of horizontal cards. I love them. I mean, he's a shortstop. It's really captures his fielding. He's just an all-around great player. I think he's a five-tool athlete, five-tool player. He's injured, probably out for the rest of the season. But I think this guy has huge potential. I mean, everyone's talking about Acuña and all the other players, and I mean, he's definitely getting his hobby love right now. His cards are pretty expensive, but I think in the off season will be a great time to pick his cards up. I think my only concern with him is I think he's pretty tall, right? He's like 6'3". There's something about like tall infielders I kind of am a little wary of. I think Carlos Correa is kind of roughly the same size, and that guy's always fighting off injuries. So if Tatis stays healthy, this guy is just a grand slam in my opinion. He is could be a future stud, and yeah, worth tracking his cards for sure. Plus, he's got flair. I mean, he's got the cool hair. He's just he's fun like Acuña. I think that kind of will help his hobby. And then, speaking of Acuña, so I mentioned this during the off season. This is one of the cards I mentioned to pick up because it's a short print. This is his flagship rookie, and the PSA 10s are actually pretty tough to get because there's no white borders. My God, this card has skyrocketed in price. So I picked this card up in the off season for $200, probably even less because I had eBay bucks. For the most part, it was going for $300 in the off season, in the beginning of the season. Now this card is going for like almost $1,000, which is insane. I don't know if it'll stay that high, and I have no intention of selling this card because I'm just a collector. I mean, if I had two of these cards, I'd probably sell one. I would highly suggest doing that if you have two of these cards. But this is just becoming a very classic card. This is like his Topps Update Mike Trout card. I mean, this is his key flagship rookie card. I think there's 20,000 of these cards printed, but they're very hard to get in a PSA 10. So it's like that perfect combo of short printed, but not too short printed that it's become impossible to get, but certainly more short printed than the Mike Trout key rookie card. And then I decided, there's two short printed cards from 2018 Topps Series 2. One was the 698 Ronald Acuña. The other is the Gleyber Torres. Again, same print run. Also very hard to get in a PSA 10, or relatively hard to get in a PSA 10. And I think this is a card worth picking up because Torres is really starting to heat it up. He could be the face of the Yankees. I've been saying that since the offseason. Actually, I picked this card up for about $100, maybe even less because it was like some eBay buck deals. And this is like a week or so ago, and literally 3 days later, this card is up to $200, $250. I think a lot of it's because this card has just skyrocketed, and then people have noticed this card as a result. But yeah, I would consider picking this card up if you're a Yankees fan or really a fan of the 2018 class. I think it has a lot going for it, considering it's associated with this Acuña card. But that's it. Just some fun pickups. Hope everyone's gonna have a great Labor Day weekend. Peace.